All right, so Coach Masters, you're our first guest on the podcast, and can you just tell us a little about yourself?
Kelly's pumped up. He's like, before we even get started, he's super stoked. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So, you're just our first guest, and we just like to know a little bit about you.
Well, I'm hoping that we can rival Joe Rogan's podcast. That's what Ballard said. That's what Ballard said the goal was, so I said I'm 100%. In. Yeah, a little bit about me. So, Coach Masters, coach high school football, assistant high school football, co-offensive coordinator, do strength and conditioning in the off season with Coach McBride. Man, I could talk for a while about myself or my family, but I've got my wife is Katie. I got a 10-month-old Bo. I've got a 3-year-old named Jax. I've been at Lakeside for 9 years now. It's hard to leave. It's a good place.
Yeah.
I was at Van Buren for 3 years before that, coaching football up there. So I've been here 9 years. I love it here. Teach college health. Probably had a couple of you guys teach leadership and service. I have an adaptive PE class. I'm a FCA sponsor. I'm involved with Special Olympics a lot. A lot of their things that they got going. So got a lot going on here. Like I said, I've been here for 9 years. It flies by, but it's been a really, really good deal to be a part of. There's good people here. Love our administration and our coaches and the students. It's been hard to leave. So trying to think anything else I hadn't covered, but that's kind of me in a nutshell, I guess.
I didn't know you coached at Van Buren before that. What kind of coach were you?
I was let's see, y'all are going to laugh. So my first year, I was 7th and 8th grade football.
There you go.
And I was assistant boys and girls soccer.
Okay.
I didn't even know how many players were on the field in soccer. So I was just the assistant. I wasn't much. And then I coached 9th grade football for 2 years there. And then 9th grade basketball. And so I did that, and then I came here and coached basketball. I was assistant junior high basketball for, I guess, 5 or 6 years. So then Coach McBride hired me. So Coach McBride, the reason I had the connection here was he was my offensive coordinator for 1 year at Bryant in high school. So really good football coach. And so that was kind of my connection, and got here and didn't think I'd be here this long, but
yeah. So let's go into your high school just for a little bit. What position did you play?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Now, first of all, I think we need to show the highlight video.
Okay. Yeah.
There is a highlight video on YouTube that is one of the best, especially the music, the best.
Talking glory days. Hey, I like talking about my glory days, man. Make me feel good about myself. Position. I played receiver in high school.
Okay.
Yeah. For Bryant, I graduated 2008. We weren't the same Bryant that they are now. We were pretty good, but we were not what they have turned into a dynasty. But and I played basketball in high school too, so did both of those and had a great time doing it. It's a good spot. I enjoy. My parents still live back at home or back in Bryant, so we visit there quite a bit. But anyway, so yeah.
Yeah. You went to college, right, for football?
I did. So I had a short stint. I had an invite to walk on at the U of A.
Yeah.
So I walked on up there for 1 year. I was a nobody. I was a redshirt freshman. I don't know if you guys remember, like guys like DJ Williams, Jarius Wright, Joe Adams. So that class, I walked on. It was a great experience. I didn't play or anything, but I was a part of the program. And then I ended up transferring to OBU and played football there for 1 year. And then I decided that my head really wasn't on straight. I was a dumb young kid, so I missed all my buddies and festivities back at the U of A. So I left OBU to go back to Fayetteville, and then I just graduated from there. So I was kind of back and forth, but I wouldn't change a thing, man. I learned a lot, and got to be a part of a football program and taught me some tough life lessons that I'm still able to use today. So, yeah.
Did you get to like dress out for games at U of A?
I did not. I probably would have had to have. If I would have stuck it out 1 or maybe even 2 more years, I would have at least. I probably got the dress out, but there was actually, it's funny. So all the walk-ons, we were like our own little group. Like we had our own strength coach, and we were like scout team. So my claim to fame as a walk-on at the U of A was my scout team quarterback. Okay, my scout team quarterback was Ryan Mallet.
Oh.
So that's what everybody's like, oh, you didn't even play and all this. I'm like, no, I mean, I didn't. But I was like, but my scout team quarterback I got to catch passes from Ryan Mallet. So that's my claim to fame.
Pretty cool.
Was Tyler Wilson the starter?
He was, yeah. So Mallet started at Michigan, or he started his career at Michigan. He transferred, and then that's when you couldn't immediately play.
Sit out a year.
So he had to sit out a year. So like he's your backup quarterback, which was wild.
That's pretty nice.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, it was like I said, man, it was fun. I mean, I didn't mind doing that. It was a good experience. So.
Okay, so before we get we want to talk about Parkview, going into Parkview tomorrow. But before we do that, just tell me how's the dynamic? You said co-offensive coordinator, how does that work?
Yeah, so Coach Bradley is also co-coordinator, and we we've worked together a long time. When Coach McBride was the head coach, he called plays and was really good. And then he left, and Coach Bradley took it over last year, and then this year my title became co-offensive coordinator. So, kind of just to summarize it, I do a lot of our pass game stuff, and Coach Bradley calls a lot of our run game stuff. So that's kind of the dynamic. And like I said, we've worked together for 9 years, so we're good buddies. So we feed off each other really well.
Yeah.
And Coach Bradley's a great coach. And then Coach McBride, I mean, quarterback's coach. He's been a head coach. He's been offensive coordinator. He's coached everything. And so he's just like having another – I mean, he's a great piece to our offense because he brings a lot of experience. So us three together, we work hand – I mean, we've all worked together a while, and we're good friends. So that dynamic is just – I think we just all mesh really well together with that. So
yeah, whenever I'm on the sideline, I see a lot of times whenever I'm getting footage of you talking to the wide receivers. Do you think that you have a really special bond with the wide receiver group?
Yeah. So I've coached receivers since I've been here. At Van Buren, I helped some with running backs and quarterbacks, and even some lineman stuff at the junior high level. But my passion's always been receivers. I think it's the best position on the field. So. I've been a position coach for a while until this year, being a co-coordinator. And really, the only thing that's really changed, I just have more input and installing scheme stuff the week before, and then in game situations, being able to see what they're doing and being able to give my opinion or make the call. But as far as my group, I mean, I love it. Man, I've had some really good groups come through here.
Who was your favorite group?
I mean, I can't play favorites, but I mean, I remember my first. You guys were probably in third grade. My first year here, I walked into Caleb Dean's group, and he was. I mean, he had opportunities to play at the next level. Keelan Fleming, Sawyer Lamb, Wolf Purifoy,
Dru Kelley.
Dru Kelley, yeah. Dru Kelley's a dog. I mean, we're the number 7.
Some scout team reps.
There you go. Yeah, man. I mean, before you injured, you
special
never know.
teams play.
I probably could have went somewhere if I didn't blow out my knee.
I agree. I mean, yeah, 100%. You're a special teams demon. Man. Isn't that what you guys say now? Then the group I have this year, man, this summer we won every 7-on-7 we played in. I mean, we won the Shootout of the South, which is one of the bigger tournaments. And then we won Benton, we won Malvern. And we had a lot of success, and we got a good group, man. This group's, we got a lot of speed, and we got a lot of depth. I've never had this much depth at receiver ever. So that's been fun. Makes your job a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I've I've had some good groups, man, and I take a lot of pride in the little details and kind of letting them play, you know, being disciplined, but letting them play free and try to play to their strengths, because not everybody has the same strengths. So I don't think X's and O's are important, but when you really get to know your kids and their strengths, it makes it easier to kind of scheme a defense up or call a play, just and having faith that those guys are going to go make the play. So yeah.
So like, what's the feel for Parkview? Because
I
mean, they got like they're good, obviously, and I've heard they have great defense.
Yeah. So really, not many people have scored on Parkview. Melissa, Texas, has scored 2 offensive touchdowns on them. That was a 27-20 game. Bryant put up 30, but Bryant has scored the most. And then after those 2 games, I think everybody's averaging like 5 points a game. And I mean, there's no doubt they're really good. I call them Parkview University, but they're fast, they're physical, they're well coached. I mean, you can tell they're coached up. But I mean, at the same time, this group, the coaching staffs, we're confident in the group we have. I think this group's a little different. They got a little more dog. They got some dog in them. Yeah. I think we're going to go out and we're going to leave it all on the field, and we think we have a chance to play with them. 100%. But we've got to play really, really well and be efficient, and I think effort is not going to be a problem. I think it's going to be, can we protect the football? Can defense come up with some stops? We got to make big plays. Yeah. But it's fun to watch them on film. They've got Division I kids all over the place. So it'll
be fun to upset them.
Huh? Yeah, absolutely, man. There's going to be a lot of eyes on the game. That's what I've told my kids. Like, hey, we're playing as a team. It's like, you also get a chance to, if you want to make a highlight tape. Yeah. I was like, you don't put it on the Queen. You put it on, trying to stem up a SEC commit.
So as co-offense coordinator, I know we talked about the wide receivers, but how has just the aspect of Grady having the year he's had, like, how does that make it easier for the offense to score?
Because he'll break. He'll make a bad call look good. That dude's he's a stud, and Coach Bradley and Coach McBride, they do a good job of we just trying to out formation people and gain gaps and all those things. But Grady's the type of running back that he's physical. What's different about him? He's physical, but he's also has another gear of speed that not many people realized. Yeah. So it's always good when you're giving the ball to your playmakers, because they can make you, they can make the call look better than it really was. And he's a different animal. He's never seen a kid with the type of mindset. His mindset's different. I think if he broke his leg, he would still be out there trying to play football. Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna have a chance to play at the next level, no doubt.
That's awesome.
So,
he's just raw.
Yeah. He that's cool. He'll be on here as a guest, but
I didn't even know, I knew he was good, but even in the summer, we didn't do a whole lot of actual football. And Hamilton just dropped 4 tutties. Yeah. Next game dropped 5 tutties.
I've got to break the record.
I think what separates him from a lot of people is you've got kids that might not really work hard and they frustrate you, but then they go out on the field and they're just like a gamer, right? Well, he's a gamer, but he also eats up the weight room. He does all the little things behind the scenes. So that's a dangerous combination. Someone that's as physically talented as he is and mentally tough, but he also doesn't think he's too good to do the little things. Yeah. And then when you combine those two together, you have a 100% chance of being a dog. So, yeah, he's fun to watch for sure.
Not faster than you, is he, buddy?
No, not quite.
Ballard, I'll give him that. I don't agree with Ballard on a lot, but he's pretty fast. He can run.
Fast on the team?
I believe so. Yeah.
I think when we did flying 10s and 40s, Ballard was the fastest, and then
Chris.
Don't get me lying, but I know Chris Ford was up there, and Drew Morgan.
Yeah.
Who else am I missing?
I don't know, but I just know Ben Vincent was nowhere near.
We have speed though, right? I mean,
yeah, we
Yeah.
do have speed. Yeah, I think we've got speed at a lot of positions.
explosive.
We have more speed than we've had.
Yeah.
I think not just in the receiver group, but
Overall,
yeah. Especially at the skill spot. I mean, at the skill spot, defensive back. Man, we got some great defensive backs. Our 1-on-1s and 2-on-2s and practices are like some of the best that I've been a part of since I've been here, as far as competitiveness and just, some really good battles going on. Like, you got Chris Ford out there, you got Robleski, you got El Ray, you got Hayward, and you got Q, even Declan. Like, and I might be missing a couple, but those guys, they help prepare us every week because they're pretty good. So
I feel like the O-line, like with the offense, helped like a lot this year.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, not saying anything
Big
about
Tuck.
our past O-line, but like
Oh yeah.
they're not even like I feel like they're like super big. I mean, Tuck that's an exception.
Yeah, Big Tuck. Yeah, I mean, offensive line. You can go down the line, man. Big Tuck is obviously what he is. He's a monster, and then Baker on the other edge, man. Baker's a good sized kid too, and he's done a really good job. Lockwood in the middle's been solid. He's not, he's gained a lot of weight. He's gonna be in the right guy. He's gonna be doing his job, and then Jansky's tough too, man. I mean, those guys.
I didn't realize how big Jansky was.
I didn't realize he was like that either. And then someone was like, he starts, and I was like,
yeah, I heard he was going to start on the line. I was like, Jansky.
Yeah, I mean,
and then I looked at him one day, and he's about at least 6 foot, probably a good 2 something.
Yeah, he's not a basketball player.
No.
I'm like, dude, you can wear the LeBrons, the Kobe's, whatever makes you feel good, but like you're an offensive guard. And then I don't want to leave out Macon, because Macon is he's a two-way player, and he's a good one too.
Yeah,
he's played a lot of football, and so those guys up front, a lot of those guys. We have a lot of guys that play both ways, but Macon is very valuable, and Luke Robleski. Those two stand out to me, playing both ways, not really coming off the field.
super passionate too, both of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's not easy to do, to play, with high energy and that physical for that long of a football game in our conference against the Camdens and the Parkviews and Magnolias and Texarkanas, and so.
So this was the first time beating Magnolia in quite a while, wasn't it?
And it's been I think 4 or 5 years. There was a COVID year where we didn't play them, but Magnolia's had our number in the past. It's a tough place to play on that grass field, and they were, they've always been physical. Now they've moved to the spread, which I think benefits us a little bit better, with the way we play. But they've had our number for sure. But this year it was good to get them, and
we did it to them bad.
Yeah, they always have dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, even this year, we were really worried about them, especially as an offense. We were worried about them defensively. They were pretty stout. They're always stout in the box. So, yeah, it was a good win for us. Same thing with Texarkana. People want to talk about Texarkana not being good. They just beat Hot Springs, and if you see them play every week, which not many people do besides coaches because we watch film, but they're always very dangerous because they always have great athletes, and they're always extremely fast, and so we never overlook people in our conference. So
We're in a good conference.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, the standings the whole year, top 5 has been. You've had Parkview in our conference, you've had us, and then you've had Camden. So 3 teams in the top 5 are in the 5A South.
Yeah.
So it's a.
So this, you've been around a bunch of coaches that your whole coaching career.
Yeah.
How has Coach Rock kind of changed the program a little bit over these last 2-3 years.
Yeah, man, he's a very passionate individual, brings a lot of energy, which is great. But I've worked for some good coaches over the years, even going back to my days at Van Buren, and then when Jared McBride hired me, I've learned a lot from everybody, even assistant coaches like Jeff McBride. I mean, as knowledgeable as they come. So when Coach Rock came in, man, he just brought another jolt of energy. You know, he gets hyped up with the kids, you know, whether it's in the weight room or in the locker room. So I mean, his energy's contagious to the players and the coaches, and so I mean, yeah, just like everybody else, I've learned a lot from him, man, and X's and O's, not just X's and O's wise, but just as a head coach and how to manage and different things like that.
Yeah,
it's been fun for sure. I mean, we've had a lot of success, and you know, he's definitely done a fantastic job, and people are taking notice of that too around the state. So yeah, I'd definitely say, but the biggest thing is his energy and his presence is contagious. So
okay, I think the last thing, and definitely like the most important thing, I think for like the Lakeside football team, is what's the mindset going into the remainder of the season and then eventually off season?
Yeah, man, I think our mindset is, we know we're a talented football team and we have the pieces in place to be really good, and we've had a lot of success. But I think we go week to week. We're not going to overlook anybody. We're not thinking about the next week. It's one game at a time. And I think with that approach, I mean our kids, this is a confident group. I mean, I don't want, cocky at times, but at the same time, you want a confident group. You have to be confident to continue to win football games late in the season and then the postseason. But yeah, their mindset, our mindset as a whole team and as a staff is, man, we want to execute. We want to play physical, aggressive, and we're, hopefully with that mindset, it's going to take us deep into the playoffs, because we think we can do it. But we know that we're going to play some good competition. So we got to be confident, but we also got to still do the little things right, man, and stay healthy, and take it day to day, week to week, and respect each opponent. So
yeah. You got anything, boys?
Ballard's been quiet, man.
Yeah.
Man, you've been preaching over there.
Huh?
I'm just gonna sit back.
I am. That's my second calling. You didn't know.
Any comments?
I gotta ask, what is your favorite season and your least favorite season since you've been here, Coach?
Oh, favorite season. I mean, last season was a lot of fun. My first year here, I had a blast too. We won conference that year. That was a good year to be a part of. This season's not over, so are we counting this season?
If you'd like.
I'd say this season would be at the top for sure. I would say this season, last season, and then my first year here when I just got to be on a high school staff after Coach McBride hired me. Being a part of something new and walking into some good football players and coaching, and then we won conference. That was a really exciting year for me. And then these past 2 years have been good. Like I said, man, had some good kids and good talent, but also like I've been really close with these past couple groups, including y'all's group and last group, as far as outside of football. Just the relationships, aspect that people don't talk about enough. But I can go into preaching more, but really getting to know my guys outside of football. You know what I mean? Like on the field, yeah, that's great. But then off the field, like when y'all come over to my house to eat, in the summer. And then FCA stuff and all those other little things. I just feel like the past couple of years I've been a little bit closer to the guys I'm coaching. So yeah,
like I wanted to talk. That just popped up in my mind. You're pretty open about your faith. Like, how do you think like your faith helps you connect better with the students?
Yeah, man, I think there's no doubt. So I think the past few years I've really opened up a lot more about my faith. When I first started coaching, I feel like I probably didn't do enough. But as my relationship's grown with Christ, my boldness has grown too. So I think it gives me the ability to connect with guys that aren't open about their faith, but it gives me a way to connect with guys that are, and especially 17 and 18-year-old boys, or I'll say 17, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think in today's world, there's so much distraction and there's so much going on with what you're supposed to be as a man and what you're supposed to be doing and all these different things. And I've been there and lived both sides of it. I've done both. I've been on the bad side, and then I've turned my life around. And so it's good because I can relate to these kids. And so, I've had some of the best conversations I've had are no doubt been about faith and just relationships with Christ, and that's been the neatest part. So, me being able to open up a little bit more has opened more doors to conversations with football kids and just really students in general. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Got anything?
We covered a lot of what is going on right about now, or like in this. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still in awe of this. Everything that we got going back in here.
Well, we're going to move to the Ram Room, so right by y'all's offices, and it's going to be a little nicer view. But
what are y'all going to be on Spotify?
Probably soon. Couple weeks.
We'll be verified.
We'll be pushing Rogan numbers.
I'm pumped. I'm the first guest.
Hey, we're so glad to have you.
I get to ask questions now. What made you guys pick me?
Ballard? You brought it up?
Yeah, Ballard.
We knew we wanted to get a coach or two. So I'll do coach first. And Coach Rock's been, keep
So I was the second pick is what you're saying.
Whoa. No.
I'm kidding.
I'm saying he's done a lot of interviews and Coach Rock Report, the coach's show, and all that. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to go with the coach I was probably closest with. And I was like, I know you'd be a good option for this. And clearly is.
Take it a different route. Maybe people will see it. Not because everyone sees Coach Rock everywhere.
Yeah, no doubt. No, I think it's cool. This is neat. It's official.
Yeah,
I like it.
Well, Coach Masters, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, man.
So glad to have you.
Once y'all blow up after this podcast, y'all remember me because I'm a part of it. So y'all bring me back for round 2.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah,
and that'll end it.
All right.
There we go.
It's perfect.